Oscar from 643, receiving over.
Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, no further action, Jensen Road.
Understood.
Excuse me, sir, what's going on here?
Oh, that woman's been on the phone for about half an hour. The big bloke, he's threatening violence. I know him, he's a nasty piece of work.
All right, I'll have a word with him. Excuse me, sir! Excuse me, sir, now come on!
Minutes she's been on this damn thing!
All right, well, couldn't you use another phone while I sort this
I
out?
work here and I need to make a phone call. If you won't do your job, I will.
No, sir, I'll deal with it. It's all right. Will you please back off? Now, come on, you're making things worse. Right, stand there and back off. Excuse me, madam. Look, excuse me, madam, this is a public phone. I'm afraid there are other people waiting to... Hang on a minute, Madam, please. Look, come on, what's the problem? Look, all I was trying to say to you was that this is a public phone and other people are entitled to use it. Were you using this on the phone just now? Look, do you speak any English?
Yes, I can speak English.
Well, this is a man's name on this, isn't it? Do you know this person? Is it your husband? This isn't your credit card, is it? Look, if you won't talk to me, I'm afraid I'm going to have to assume that you obtained this card unlawfully.
I can't tell you.
Why can't you tell me? Right. I'm arresting you on suspicion of theft. You're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be used in evidence.
Yes?
Mr. Saeed?
Yes?
Detective Sergeant Greg Sunhill, this is WPC Croft.
Oh, thank you for coming so promptly. Please come in.
Thank you.
Dina, I'm sorry to have to bother you with this.
It's no bother, Mr. Saeed, it's our job.
It's just the shock. Dina? Just the idea that people can walk into your home. Ah, there you are. My wife.
Mrs. Saeed?
Hello. We understand how you feel and we'll do everything we can to help.
We understand you've lost some jewellery.
Yes, a necklace, my wife's. We have a photograph of her wearing it. Here we are.
Oh, well done.
The necklace is very precious to me, you know? It used to belong to my grandmother.
Right. Is it okay if we hang on to this for a while?
Oh, yes, of course. How else can we help you?
Well, may we have a look around? We need to see the point of entry.
Look, I'll make some tea.
We have a broken window in here. Would you like to follow me?
Right. Do you want to have a look outside, Suzi?
Yeah.
Here we are.
When did you discover the break-in?
When we came back from work yesterday at 6 o'clock.
Nothing, Sarge.
I can only presume they broke the window and then let themselves in through the door. We always thought alarms and such like an extravagance. A decision now we regret, of course.
Is this the key to that door?
Yes.
Do you always keep it here?
Yes. Except for yesterday. I must have left it in the door.
But the door was definitely locked before you left the house.
Oh, I'm sure. At 8:30 when we went for work.
Have you lost any other items?
No, I don't think so.
Any other jewellery, cash, electrical equipment?
No, we've checked the house thoroughly. There's nothing missing, I assure you. Very odd, isn't it?
So what we got here?
I called her using somebody else's card in a payphone.
Can you tell me where you got this?
She does understand some English, Sarge.
Would you like an interpreter?
I understand English.
Well, do you know the owner of this card? Look, for all we know, they might have lent it to you. If we can verify that, then we can all go home. Okay, let's have a... Come on. Look, if you won't talk to us about it, love, we're going to have to draw the conclusion that you stole it. And we can check whether it's lost or stolen. Right, do you want to give us your name and address? Okay, let's have the bag out.
Okay.
You know, if we can't verify your name and address, you're going to have to stay here much longer than you thought necessary. Do you understand?
Yes.
Doesn't look like there's any ID, Sarge.
So what's the problem?
Mr. Saeed, is it possible you could have left it somewhere? At the office or at a friend's, perhaps?
No, I haven't worn it out of the house.
Have any tradesmen been to the house or delivered anything lately?
No, we haven't seen any tradesmen.
I'm sorry to have to ask you this, but have you had any friends visit you recently?
Unfortunately, we don't really have any friends here. Our business takes up all our time.
Could it have been taken by somebody else in the household?
No. You see, the two of us live alone. All our family's back home in the Middle East.
Right, well, thank you for your hospitality. Somebody will be along later on to take fingerprints. We'll be in touch as soon as there are any developments.
Thank you. I'm sorry we couldn't give you any more help.
Just one other thing. Does your insurance cover you for this?
Yes, it does. But that doesn't really help us, does it?
Well, you know, the necklace is not of any great value. It's maybe worth about, about £200. It's more, how do you say it? It's more of sentimental value.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Said.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Could have done with a wee bit more rehearsal, I reckon.
Yeah. She seemed very uncomfortable. Like it was his story and she was just going along with it.
Mind you, if it is an insurance job, they've got an awful lot of bother over 200 quid.
I'll get a copy from the office, just a second.
Sarge, I've checked with the bank. The credit card hasn't even been reported lost yet.
Well, do you want to interview her now?
Well, the thing is, she didn't say a dicky bird from the moment I nicked her.
Do you think she's in illegal?
Possibly.
Well, it's a bit early for the Home Office, isn't it? Why don't you give her an interview once she's had time to think about it all?
Okay.
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar.
Go ahead, Polly.
160 Mead Street. That's 160 Mead Street. Pawn shop.
Suspect believed to be attempting to sell stolen goods.
Conway.
It's John McCoy's place. Got a slapping last month. Same situation.
Well, don't hold your horses, Tony.
So you're absolutely certain you don't know the owner of the credit card?
I just found it.
If you did take the credit card from somebody, then they're going to be worried about it, aren't they? So the sooner we can clear all this up, the better, don't you think? Okay. Interview terminated at 10:46. Oh no, hang on, you've got someone. What's the matter? How did you get that? I think we better have you see a doctor, don't you?
Yeah, I've got all day. If you're not interested, I can take it somewhere else.
I'm definitely interested. You just want to have a look at it.
Problem, Mr. McCoy?
This young man's been trying to sell me this necklace, but it's got to be nicked. He's got no idea where it came from.
You the owner of the necklace, sir?
Yeah, of course I am.
You got a receipt for it?
Well, not with me, no.
Where'd you get it?
Come on, son. They don't give them out in lucky bags, do they? Where'd you get it?
Look, it's not mine exactly. A friend asked me to sell it for them.
Name?
Sorry?
Name of this trusting friend of yours.
Come on, don't go shy on us.
Look, where'd you think I got it from? I stole it, didn't I?
Right. I'm arresting you for theft. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so. What you say may be given in evidence. You understand?
Very nasty. Been hit by a belt, I'd say.
Did someone do this to you? Hit you with a belt?
Yes.
Was it your husband? Your boyfriend?
No.
Or was it somebody you know? Somebody you work with, maybe?
No. It was my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend did that to you?
Yes.
Where does he live?
He lives with me.
Look, if you're prepared to make a statement, we can do something about this. We have a domestic violence unit that deals with just this sort of thing.
Cheers, Tony. Roach, put me number 3.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, Ellison, something you might be interested in.
Well, well. This morning's burglary at Lackford Street. How did we get hold of this?
Area car picked him up, trying to flog it.
Great, I'll rustle up Suzi for an interview.
Ah. What's the verdict? She fit enough to be detained?
Well, yes, although she has taken quite a battering.
She's alleging her boyfriend did it.
Well, let's get Narika to have a word with her and might find out who she is, yeah?
This necklace you were trying to sell, can you tell us how you got hold of it?
I stole it. From a house in Lackford Street. I can't remember where exactly.
And when did you steal it?
Yesterday.
Neural, you've never been in trouble with the police before. Why now?
Well, I just left college last year and I haven't been able to get a job since, so I was, just getting a bit desperate for money.
So who's been showing you how to break into houses?
No one. I just figured it out for myself.
So how did you get in?
Sorry?
How did you break in? What was your method of entry?
Well, the usual way.
And what way is that?
First open the back door. With a screwdriver.
Yeah, that's a very messy way of breaking into houses, wouldn't you say?
First of all, I'd like to make it clear that I'm not concerned with whatever you did to get yourself arrested. Okay, if you're going to call me Narika, I'm going to have to call you something. So what's it to be?
Sarita.
Good. Now, Sarita, will you tell me who hurt you?
It was my boyfriend. He hit me with a belt.
And you live with your boyfriend?
Yes.
And where might that be? Come on, Sarita, it's not much good unless we can go around and talk to him. At least tell me what his name is. Okay, let's see if I've got this right. You don't want to tell me too much about him, because you're frightened he'll find out and take it out on you. Is that it?
The moment you've got something sensible to tell us, we'll have another chat, okay?
Sarita?
Whoa, just hang on.
Look, I just want to have a word with my girlfriend, all right?
Do you now?
All right.
Sarita!
All right! We found a boyfriend then.
Firstly, I have to caution you that you don't have to say anything unless you wish to. But what you say may be given in evidence.
Look, we've been through all this.
I want to talk to you about Sarita.
What's she got to do with this? I mean, why is she here?
You're aware that she's been beaten? Beaten very badly?
Look, what's she doing here? Who have you been talking to about this?
She says that you're responsible.
No. I can never do anything like that to her.
That's what Sarita's told me.
I don't believe you.
Why would Sarita tell me you did if you didn't? Come on, you live with the girl. If you didn't do it, who did?
Mrs. Saeed.
Who?
Mrs. Saeed. Sarita was a domestic servant, or slave rather. She's the one who's beaten her.
Any developments?
You could say that. Sarita says the boyfriend did the beating. The boyfriend says someone called Mrs. Saeed did it. Ring any bells?
Well, that's the surname that was on the credit card she had on her when she was arrested.
Could Sarita be connected with the burglary?
I don't know, you're the only one that's getting any sense out of either of them.
Sarge, we found her passport at Chowdhury's house.
Huh? So now we know who you are. All we need now is to know what you're up to.
The Home Office say Sarita Begum entered the country quite legally, employed as a servant by a family name of Saeed.
Yeah, that's the name on the credit card she was using.
And that matches up with what we got from the boyfriend. She's accused him of the assault, and he's claiming Mrs. Saeed did it. If you don't mind, sir, I'd like to re-interview her as soon as possible.
Of course. She's here on something called domestic entry clearance, which means she can work in the Saeed's household but nowhere else, and she has to live there. She shouldn't have moved in with a boyfriend.
So you mean she's legal if she lives with the Saeeds, but illegal if she doesn't?
That's right, but I reckon the Home Office will overlook it if she goes back to them. But yes, from an immigration point of view, it's as if she's part of the family.
I've worked for them for 3 years. My family works for their family in the Middle East. That's how I got the job.
Go on.
Mr. Saeed, he's always been very fond of me. But Mrs. Saeed gets jealous. She's always doing spiteful things like not paying me all my wages.
And what about the bruises?
She thinks there's something going on between me and her husband. But there isn't. Yesterday she complained about something I hadn't done. And suddenly she started screaming at me about her husband and hitting me. She wouldn't stop hitting me. Nural was the only person I could turn to.
So you moved in with him yesterday?
Yes. They still owed me money, so I stole the credit card and Mrs. Saeed's necklace. I suppose you think I should be ashamed about it, but I'm not. She had no right to do what she did to me.
Let me write up what you've told me as a formal statement. Then we'll be able to charge Mrs. Saeed with the assault. Will you do that?
Yes.
Mrs. Saeed, is this the necklace you had stolen?
Yes. Yes, it is.
And can you identify that credit card as yours?
Indeed it is. I wasn't even aware it was lost.
Splendid. We'll need a statement from you identifying the property. Then we can get the two prisoners charged and out of here.
Mrs. Saeed, this is WPC data.
I'd like to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Yes, of course.
And I'd like a word with you, please, Mr. Saeed. Alone.
Officer, may I ask what all this is about?
I'll explain in a moment, Mrs. Saeed.
How do you think we managed to recover your property?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Meticulous police work, I would imagine.
We caught a young man by the name of Nurul Chowdhury trying to sell the necklace.
That's not a name I am familiar with.
Okay, let's take it a step further. Nurul Chowdhury is the boyfriend of Sarita Begum, who is admitted to stealing the necklace and who was discovered using your credit card in a payphone. Now, is that a name with which you're familiar? Come on, Mr. Saeed. Sarita was a servant of yours until yesterday. You do know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes, I do.
What has she been telling you?
Sarita's made some very serious allegations against you.
Well, that girl has a rather, how do you say it, a rather overactive imagination. You know, I was against her coming over here with us, but my husband insisted on it.
Her injuries aren't the result of an overactive imagination.
Well, if Sarita has been hurt in some way, then I suggest you talk to the boyfriend of hers.
Nurul Chowdhury was the person who alerted us to the possibility that you might be the one who assaulted her. Sarita didn't want to tell us anything.
Officer, let me explain something to you. In my country, what goes on inside a person's own household is their own concern. It is not the concern of the police.
Let me explain something to you, Mrs. Saeed. You're in this country now, and subject to the laws of this country. In this country, a young woman being assaulted is very much the concern of the police.
I can't force Sarita to work or live with us. She's not a slave. There has been some mix-up with her wages, which is why she left. But by leaving, she put her immigration status in jeopardy. I realized Sarita must have taken the necklace, but avoided mentioning her in order to protect her.
So you staged the break-in?
No. Sarita must have done that. Smashed the window anyway. I just tried to make things more convincing by saying the key was in the door. Clearly, not convincing enough for you, Sergeant.
You do realize you could be prosecuted for wasting police time for what you've done?
Yes, I understand. I really am very sorry for what I did. But I did it in Sarita's best interest.
Well, she's just a young girl. You know, they have minds of their own nowadays.
Sarita has made a statement regarding these allegations, Mrs. Saeed.
Oh. I'm sorry, Narika. There's something I think you better know.
WPC Ackland enters the room. Interview suspended, 13:05.
Sarita's withdrawn her statement.
You're joking.
No, I'm afraid she's adamant about it. Says the Saeeds will sack her. She's probably right.
Thank you, Mrs. Saeed. That'll be all. Lucky for you, Sarita's withdrawn her statement.
My wife, is she being asked the same questions?
No. She's being interviewed in connection with an assault on Sarita Begum.
On Sarita?
She's been very badly beaten, and she's alleging your wife did it.
Oh, Robin.
دينا؟
Yeah.
شو هالعمل اللي عملتيها؟
Good.
ما صحيح.
مش هون.
شو يعني غيرانة؟ I take it you won't be needing us anymore.
No, you're free to go.
How long do you think it will be before Sarita is released?
Not very long. We have to return our property, that sort of thing.
She's being released?
Yeah. Mr. Saeed has signed a statement that he doesn't want any further action against Sarita or Nero.
It's just that we would like to wait for her if possible.
Wait for her?
Why, yes.
You don't seriously expect her to go home with you, do you?
But of course. Her visa requires her to live with us. Besides, she's part of the family.
Thank you. WPC data will see you out.
Are you sure about this? This way. Sarita, I want you to reconsider making a statement against Mrs. Saeed.
If I make a statement against Mrs. Saeed, I lose my job. If I lose my job, I'll lose my visa. I'll be sent home. My family couldn't stand the shame.
Maybe there's a way round the visa problem.
No, there isn't. And I'd never see Nural again. Tell me, what good would any statement do?
Sarita. Sarita, I can't believe you're the only person in this situation. If you made a statement, if we could take action against Mrs. Saeed, then others might not have to go through what you've suffered.
You don't understand. What good would it do me? I'm sorry.